Hey guys, last two chapters of our small group read aloud, which means I need you to help me figure out a new book. I will be at the school on Monday and I can grab a book out of the library if I have it, or I can grab it off of Amazon. So if you have any good suggestions, I would like to read one more book with you guys, and I can do that if you just let me know what you'd like to read. Okay? Last two chapters. All right, so they're at the birthday party. Bradley's having a great time, which is really surprising. He's a totally different character now. Oh, excuse me. Colleen's mother told everyone to find a partner for the three-legged race. Jeff and Colleen looked nervously at each other. Judy and Betty peered up. They stood side by side with their arms around each other's shoulders as Miss Varigold tied their inside legs together. Lori and Melinda became another team. Bradley thought they looked funny because Melinda was almost twice Lori's size. Amy and Dina looked even funnier since they were both dressed the same. They looked like a two-headed monster. Except, of course, he didn't believe in monsters. But he believes in imaginary stuffed animals talking. Karen suddenly realized what was happening. If Jeff and Colleen became partners, it meant she'd have to be partners with Bradley. So, who's your partner? Jeff said to Colleen. No one yet. Who's yours? Said Colleen. No one yet. Colleen's mother stepped in and paired up the final two teams. She didn't think it would be proper for a boy and a girl to have their legs tied together. So she made Jeff and Bradley one team, and Colleen and Karen another. Bradley was glad that he and Jeff were finally on the same team. Colleen and Jeff were happy with the teams. Oh my gosh, I can't do anything but yawn. As much as they liked each other, they weren't quite ready to put their arms around each other and tie their legs together. Karen was the only one who was disappointed. She thought it would have been exciting to have been partners with Bradley. The 5 teams lined up, and it wasn't a relay race. Each team would go at the same time. They had to run past the tree to the fence and then back. Don't try to run too fast, Jeff cautioned. The most important thing is that we keep together so we don't fall down. Bradley nodded. On your mark, get set, go. They took 2 steps, then tumbled to the ground. As they tried to get up, they kept pulling each other back down. At last, they stood up together and started after the others. Inside, outside, Jeff directed as they moved their legs in unison. The other teams took a long time turning around at the fence. When Jeff and Bradley reached the fence, they simply fell down again and stood up facing the other direction. It was quicker that way. Amy and Dina were just ahead of them. Amy tried to go to the left of the tree, and Gina tried to go to the right, and they smashed right into it. Inside, outside, said Jeff as he and Bradley charged around them. Karen and Colleen were in the lead when they suddenly stumbled and fell on their faces. Judy and Betty tumbled over them. Lori and Melinda had to stop and turn to avoid the pile. Y'all just picture this right now. Jeff and Bradley. Jeff and Bradley charged past, now in first place. Inside, outside, called Jeff, but they must have missed a beat somewhere because when he said inside, they moved their outside, and when he said outside, they moved their inside feet. Bradley, you're going the wrong way, yelled Lori. Whoa. Amy and Dina dived across the finish line in first place, just ahead of Lori and Melinda. Jeff and Bradley crawled across in third. Judy, Betty, Karen, and Colleen remained tangled together on the grass. After everyone got untied, they gathered on the grass next to the patio. Well, now what? Bradley asked. Colleen's mother's adding up the points. Oh. Then we'll get to pick our prizes, said Judy. He asked me, said Betty. They all want to talk to the boys, don't they? Everyone hushed as Miss Varigold prepared to announce the winner. The winner is, she paused suspensefully, Bradley. He was shocked. He had been on the winning team every time except for the three-legged race and the somersault race, but he had been having too much fun to even notice. Everyone clapped their hands as he walked to the front. Miss Varigold gave him a blue ribbon that said first place on it. No one had told him about the ribbon. Then he got to pick a prize. He looked through the basket. There were lots of good things from which to choose. Dolls, makeup, perfume, earrings, hair ornaments. He chose a harmonica. Melinda came in second, then Amy, Judy, Dina, Karen, Lori, Betty, and Jeff was last. Jeff knew he'd be last since he was never on Bradley's team. The only race he won was the somersault race. Actually, he had tied last with Colleen, but Colleen didn't get a prize because she'd be getting all of her presents later. Jeff took the only prize left in the basket, a doll's dress. Thank you, he said politely. Now what? Bradley asked. We have ice cream and cake, said Melinda. Oh boy, said Bradley. They sat at the picnic table. Colleen sat at the head of the table. Bradley sat between Jeff and Melinda. Judy and Betty sat across from him. Miss Variegold's going to bring in the cake now, said Judy, with candles. I'm telling him, Judy said, with candles. They all want to tell him. Miss Varigold brought out the cake, and suddenly everyone started singing. Bradley was caught by surprise. He didn't have time to remember the words, though. He tried. He sang. He suddenly realized that he was the only one still singing, and everyone laughs. It's not his fault, said Judy. This is his first birthday party in a long time. There are 10 candles because she's 10 years old. Oh, I get it, said Bradley. Lori laughed. Colleen blew them all out. That means her wish will come true, explained Melinda. But she can't tell you what she wished for, otherwise it won't come true, Lori explained. Bradley carefully ate his cake and ice cream without making a mess. Then everyone went to the living room where Colleen opened her presents. Open mine, they all urged. That one's mine. Open mine, Colleen, said Bradley. After each present was opened, everyone said, ooh, neat. I wish I had one of those. Bradley said those things too, and he meant what he said, although most of the gifts were things he would have never wanted. Colleen picked up the next present. That's mine, he shouted. Colleen read the card. On the front of the card was a picture of a baseball player swinging a baseball bat, and it said, here's hoping your birthday is a big hit. Under that, it said, happy birthday, and it was signed Love Bradley. Everyone went crazy. Love? Bradley's heart sank as he realized that he had made a terrible mistake. Bradley's in love with Colleen, said Dina. Ooh, Bradley, when are you getting married? Teased Lori. Shut up, said Karen. Everyone stopped talking and looked at her very surprised. Big deal, you're all so immature. Colleen tore off the wrapping paper and looked at Bradley's gift. Her mouth dropped open and she showed it to everyone. Wow. Let me see, said Amy. It was a replica of a human heart. They could see all the blood vessels, the aortas, the capillary, the heart valves opened and shut. It could be taken apart and put back together. How neat, said Melinda. I wish I had one of those, said Betty. Bradley smiled proudly. He felt happier about the fact that Colleen liked his present than about coming in the first place. But of course, he knew all along she'd like it. Carla had told him to give her a gift from the heart. Get it? Give her a gift from the heart. But she didn't say give her a heart. He took it very literal. Colleen opened the rest of the presents and everyone went home. Jeff and Bradley left together. It was still light out, so the street lights had come on. So? Asked Jeff. Wasn't that fun? It was the most at first. When I gave Colleen her present and she asked me what it was, I almost told her. And then I was the only one sitting at the table. My, this boy must be hungry. But then the races started and everyone got points, even the losers. Only next time I won't sign it Love. Karen's a good somersaulter. Chicken's a funny name for a dog. Maybe they'll get a chicken, they'll name it Dog. He blew into his harmonica. The doll dress dangled from Jeff's hand. Another chapter. Oh, this is the last chapter. Dear Carla, what shirt are you wearing today? I'm sorry I yelled at you. Guess what? I got 100% on my arithmetic test. Can you believe it? And I didn't rip it up. I would have sent it to you, but I can't because it's hanging on a wall in Miss Ebble's class. Do you like teaching kindergarten? I bet you're a good teacher. Ask them to draw pictures for you. You should teach them how to do somersaults, too. Thank you for giving me back the book which you already gave me. I'm sending you a present, too. It's a gift from the heart, so you can't return it. Love, yours truly. Mark that out. Love, Bradley. P.S. Her name is Ronnie. Bradley folded the letter and put it in the envelope. He wrote Carla's name on the outside and addressed it to Willow Bend School. Ronnie gave Bartholomew one big hug and kiss. Well, goodbye, everybody, she said. Goodbye, Ronnie, everybody said. We'll miss you, said Bartholomew. He's giving Carla, the counselor, one of his stuffed animals. He stared out his window for a moment, and then he looked back at the bulge in the envelope. He frowned, but it was an unusual frown. In fact, it might have been a smile. That's it. Side note, apparently there is another book by the same guy called The Boy Who Lost His Face. And the little description says, David is only trying to be cool, and he helps some of the popular kids steal Old Lady Bayfield's cane. But when the plan backfires, he's the one the old witch curses. Now David can't seem to do anything right. Cool kids taunt him, and his only friends are weirdos. He even walks into Spanish class with his fly unzipped. And when he finally gets up the nerve to ask out a cute girl, his pants fall down in mid-sentence. Is the Bayfield curse at work, or is David simply turning into a total loser? All right. I need you to comment on this video. Let me know how you liked the last couple of chapters, kiddos. And then tell me what you want to hear next. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. See ya.